Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting episode for you guys. We definitely want you guys to stick around for, so please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, let me get into this story here. Today we're going to be talking about the Lakers. Okay, seems to be the number one talk of the town right now, and that's generally how the NBA season works. There are only a few storylines out there really that people are going to really talk about. You got the Nets, you got the Lakers, you got the Clippers, you got the Golden State Warriors, and you got everybody else. Maybe there's a few other stories like Zion and these other ones, but for now, this is the main one right now, and I think is one people are most interested in. Anyway, as y'all know, the Lakers are getting off to a tough start this season. And I think you would think it's tough if you had the wrong expectations for this team coming into this year. And it's one of the reasons why I really don't even understand why this is even a story, to be quite honest with you, right? Or even what Stephen A. Smith is saying, to be quite honest with you. Just a day or two ago, just yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, Stephen A. Smith and, the crew, ESPN, and them were reacting to the results of the Lakers game between the Lakers and the Clippers, right? It was a very entertaining game. If you saw it, had a lot of fun watching it, right? And then after that, the following day, some people in the media just started acting like as if the sky was falling. And one of those people in particular was Stephen A. Smith. And he went on ESPN and he was talking about all of these different things. But then he decided to start calling out LeBron James for reasons I really don't understand, to be quite honest with you. So for those of you who missed his comments and what he had to say about LeBron, what we want to do is we want to play for you now. Then we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say here about LeBron James.
Who's most to blame for this Lakers potential disaster?
It would be easy to blame Rob Pelinka. And ultimately, regardless of the extension he received, he will be blamed to some degree if this ship isn't righted in some capacity. But there is no question the biggest culprit in all of this is LeBron James. And Swagoo, here's why it's LeBron James. It is not LeBron James, the player. That dude that was in his 19th year last year, averaging 30. That dude that's already showing us that there's minimal, if no slippage at all. Put Swagoo up on the screen so I can see him, please. LeBron James is phenomenal as a player. But as LeBron James said in a press conference last night, he's not going to sit up here and harp on what you can't do, because that's not what leaders do. Well, there's several things that LeBron James has done that leaders don't do. Number one is you don't end opening night's press conference by telling everybody your team can't shoot. And then sit up there and say, well, you know what? I'm going to focus on what we can do. You already told the world what to focus on. Y'all can't shoot, okay? You only got to say it once because you're LeBron James. You're brilliant. You're not stupid. We know exactly what you were doing. You didn't lie because y'all damn sure can't shoot. You didn't lie now. But the bottom line is that, damn, to say it after one game, that's what you did. Okay, that's number one. You didn't say we had a bad shooting night. You said we ain't shooters. That's number one. Number two, they were in the bubble. Swagoo. They won a championship. It was bad enough that you pushed for the Lakers to get a dude that you were screaming at on the basketball court in the bubble that he with us because he was on the other team and you knew he couldn't shoot perimeter shots and you were encouraging him to shoot the basketball. And then a year later, you encouraging the Lakers to bring him on board because he was your boy. So you let emotions usurp your basketball sense. Because Russell Westbrook is no scrub. Russell Westbrook can still do big things if he were in the right situation. Just don't ask him to be a perimeter shooter. But you did, okay? So that's number two. But number three, I know they ain't all world, Swagoo. Kyle Kuzma's not a scrub. He can shoot. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope can shoot. Yep. They both were on the team and helped you deliver a championship. And on top of it all, you still ended up pushing for Russell Westbrook, knowing it would lead to them being out the door. And last but not least, those same moves were the excuse that the Lakers used to justify why they didn't have enough money for Alex Caruso, which is why your defense took a dip last year. So when you look at last season And you look at this season and what we know is coming down the pike. LeBron James has his fingerprints written all over it. He is great. He is on the Mount Rushmore. He is a phenomenal talent, et cetera, et cetera. But his personal affinity and affections, his personal feelings usurped his basketball judgment. And it has turned the Lakers franchise into an abysmal display of basketball thus far. 19 for 85 shooting from three-point range, and every player that's on the court that matters that has launched threes, nobody is shooting better than 28%. This is on the verge of being an unmitigated disaster that is rapidly threatening to ruin their Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say here. Here's my take on this, right? And I'm not gonna take a lot of your time today because I know it's Saturday. I'm not really sure. I'm unclear as to why blaming LeBron James will solve anything at this point. I'm not really sure what is that really solving? We all knew the Lakers roster coming into this season. It's not like as if we didn't know this, right? I feel like we've already been here before. We already talked. I thought we already blamed LeBron for this last year. Last year, all of us kind of came to the realization that LeBron played a major part in his team because he was one of the guys that wanted Russell Westbrook on that roster. So we've already been there. We already understand that. So to bring it up again, I'm not really sure what is that meant to accomplish? Like, what is it? Like, that's the one thing. The second thing is, even Stephen A. Smith coming into this season believed that this team was going to be a better team. And we're going to get to that on another show that we have coming out today, obviously, depending on when you see which order you see these shows in. So I'm not really understanding where this sky is falling attitude is coming from. And we already knew LeBron wanted Russell Westbrook. We knew that 1 year ago. So at this point, I'm trying to understand what exactly are we accomplishing at this point? What is saying that LeBron is the major? Okay, we understand that LeBron played a major role, but to be fair, I don't think it's just on LeBron, right? You're not going to tell me that LeBron put that entire team. Some people say, well, he's a GM. Probably, I don't know. But I'm going to assume, given the track record of the Los Angeles Lakers, how they like to micromanage their team, they keep their coaching staff on a short leash. It seems to me, based on some of the things that Jeannie Buss has said over the last few weeks, that she's the one making the big decisions in that organization. So I don't think it's fair to say, hey, listen, LeBron is the one we blame for all of this. And here's the reason why it's wrong to say that. When you say LeBron is the major culprit in all of this, what you're essentially saying is that the number one reason that these Lakers find themselves in this current mess is because of because of Russell Westbrook. And we all know that is not the number one reason. It is one of the reasons. It's not the only reason. What is it? Russell Westbrook is playing a role, absolutely, because he's a bad fit with the team. That's number one. Number two, the team doesn't really have a lot of shooters. I understand it. That's a general manager issue, an organizational issue. And number three, defense. That's an entire team issue. It's a coaching issue. These guys are not playing defense. And when we saw them play defense against the Clippers, you saw that they could actually be a very competitive team against some of the top teams in the NBA. So to me, I don't understand. My only takeaway from this is I don't understand what saying that is going to accomplish at this point. What is the purpose of, what's the need to say that? So these are my thoughts and opinions on that. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about Stephen A. Smith pointing the blame in the direction of LeBron James? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we definitely catch you guys on the next one. Peace.